अर्घ्यं यशस्यं च सोपदेशं ससंग्रहम्
भविष्यतश्च लोकस्य सर्वकर्मानुदर्शकम्
सर्वशास्त्रार्थसम्पन्नम्
सर्वशिल्पप्रवर्तकम्
नाट्याद्यं पञ्चमं वेदं श्रीनिवासं करोम्यहम्
एवं संकल्प्य भगवान् सर्ववेदान् अनुस्मरन्
नाट्यवेदं ततश्चक्रे चतुर्वेदाङ्गसम्भवम् जग्राहपाठ्यं ऋग्वेदात्
सामभ्यो गीतमेव च
यजुर्वेदात् अभिनयान्
रसान अथर्वणारपि
वेदोपवेदैः सम्बद्धौ नाट्यवेदो महात्मना एवं भगवता सृष्टो ब्रह्मणा सर्ववेदिना
பச்சை போல் மேனி பவளவாய் கமல செங்கண் அச்சுதா அமரர் ஏரே.
The Karana sculptures at the Sharangapani temple at Kumbakonam are found along the stone base of the Gopura. They have the advantage of the name and serial number of the relevant Karana inscribed below the figure, but they are not found in proper serial order. Only 30 are well preserved with names and numbers. 43 inscriptions are partly corroded. I had to identify the rest on my own.
How could you study these? I'm sure it is more hazardous than at Tanjavur.
Akka, be careful. You have nothing to hold.
Don't worry. Faith and love for the art will hold me. I have stood for hours like this along with my sister-in-law Shamla Balakrishnan, who helped me in copying these inscriptions years back. Some vendors on the road even thought that we were contractors for cleaning the tar. These are all Shiva figures in the Gopura of this Vishnu temple. See the evidences on both the sides of the Gopura. We have Kali on the southern side and Urdhva Tandava Shiva on the northeastern corner of this Gopura. All these Karana figures must have been transplanted from elsewhere, and hence this confusion in serial order. If two figures are on the same slab, to that extent you have consecutive numbers. They belong to the 12th century for sure, as evidenced by the Shora Grantha inscriptions of that period. These figures were hidden behind a wall and were not available when I first recorded them. We can clearly notice the Shaivite character. See this? It's Shiva seated on Nandikeshwara.
Karanas 91 and 92 of this series have strayed away to the base of a mantapa near the tank of the neighboring Kumbheshwara Swami temple.
Come, let's go to Chidambaram. This shrine enshrines two apparently contradictory concepts, namely the one all-pervading formless Brahman as Akasha or space and its beautiful dancing form, Nataraja. Many religions proclaim there is only one God. Our dharma proclaims there is only God. We recognize that divinity in every manifestation, in you, in me, and in every animate and inanimate object. It is more so in beauty. Beauty relates to cognizance. Hence, divinity has been conceived as this dancing deity. with thousands of dance sculptures as though representing the cosmic dance. This temple is virtually an encyclopedia of dance art.
They are also Karanas? Yes, they are all over the temple. But you have all the Karana figures in their proper serial order at the base of the 4 gopuras in all the 4 cardinal directions.
Each gopura has 108 Karana figures. There are 4 such sets.
All made at a time?
The eastern and the southern gopuras were built in the 13th century by Koperinjingan of Pallava descent, who ruled from the nearby Shendamangalam, which awaits excavation. Yes, his kingdom has crumbled to dust.
But his colossal contribution to dance and sculpture trumpets the validity of his titles like Bharatarnava Karanadharan and Bharatam Vallan. Here is a proof of the permanence of a work of art wholly motivated by devotional surrender.
Based on the study of dance sculptures, it's my humble conclusion that the western Gopuram and the stone base of the northern Gopuram also belong to the same period, but the stucco over the northern Gopuram was completed by Krishnadevaraya in the 16th century.
The eastern and western gopuras have the entire couplet defining the Karana quoted from Natya Shastra inscribed above each figure. They are found in the Shoda Grantha, an ancient system of writing Tamil, which was a complete script with all the Kavargam and Chavargam found in Sanskrita. The Westerners simplified the script for printing. If we had retained this older script, we could have had a common script for all the southern languages and perhaps more. After all, during Emperor Ashoka's time, the whole of Bharat had one common script, Brahmi. Ideal. I wish we revive it. See this inscription above this Karana. Vrishchikam charanam kritva rechitau cha tatha karo. Tatha trikam vivrittam cha mayura lalitam bhavet.
Didi, here these are female figures, unlike those at Tanjavur and Kumbhakonam.
Yes, these are figures of Parvati Devi. It only shows that the 108 Karanas are common to both male and female. In Tanjavur and Kumbhakonam, we saw the Uddhata Prayoga of Shiva figures. Here, we have the Sukumara Prayoga of the same movements.
Hi Ram, look there. Devi has lifted her legs so much.
Yes, it is Lalata Tilakam Karana. It is popularly connected with the Urdhva Tandava of Shiva.
See this Karana? The leg is lifted like a stick, almost like in Western ballet.
It's Vikshiptam Karana. It's performed through Dandapadachari, literally meaning the lifting of the leg like a stick.
I presume this is just a South Indian version. In North India, females do not dance like this anyway, nor are there any sculptures like this.
No, I have a miniature copy of a figure from Nepal. See this. It's Kali dancing.
From Nepal?
Amazing similarity.
Why Nepal? See this sculpture at Chidambaram and compare it with a photograph of a painting from Egypt belonging to 1500 BC. Kurt Sachs, in his World History of Dance, declares that the Asian dancers brought grace to Egyptian dance.
To come back to this figure of Lalata Tilakam, if Devi is portrayed in this posture, what about the myth that Kali was defeated by Shiva in their dance competition because of this posture?
That story is connected with this very temple. But we see Parvati dancing these postures in these Karana panels of 13th century. So, this story must have been conceived only later, when the Karanas were being forgotten, along with the Akashacharis using extension of the leg.
century dance technique in India seems to have retained more of the footwork technique rather than the use of the entire leg. If Parvati could perform postures like this as part of Lasya, Kali, a more fierceful deity, could easily do it. So, the story itself suggests the history of dance technique.
Is the serial order undisturbed in these figures?
Yes, it's perfect, but for some minor displacement in the northern Gopura. In all the Gopuras, as we exit from the temple, we have in the first pilaster on our left, the first Karana, Talapushpaputam, as the bottommost figure. The second Karana is above the first, and that is how the serial order is maintained. The number proceeds vertically upwards in all the pilasters. After the topmost figure on the seventh pilaster on the same side, the series continues from the bottommost figure of the first pilaster on the opposite side, that is, again on our left as we enter the temple.
Gajabhangya Odissi.
Elephant pose.
What Karana is this?
Same meaning as yours. It's Karihasta. It has to be performed like this. Dhe, the, te. Dhe, the, te. Tam, the, te. Many Karanas derive their movements and names from the manifold manifestation of nature, like the birds in Garuda Plutam and Mayura Lalitam, the serpent in Sarpitam, the bull in Vrishabha Kriditam, the lamb in Edaka Kriditam, the lion in Simhavi Kriditam, and the like. Don't you think that these look like still photographs of a moving dancer?
Yes, they are beautiful.
Didi, what is this?
This is the 24th Karana, Bhujanga Trasita. You remember, I explained this while talking about the Charis. Some Karanas get their names from the Charis. The name Bhujanga Trasita implies a sudden lifting of the leg in fear of a chasing serpent. The Shaiva Agamas followed in the south chose this beautiful movement to depict the well-known icon of Nataraja, popularly referred to as Ananda Tandava today.
But here the right foot is flapped in.
It's a part of a whole movement, Abhay. It is performed like this. Tam, tattaka, dhina, dhi. This is the moment of the movement recorded here. Dhim, tattaka, ta, tam, tattaka, dhina. This is the part frozen for Nataraja posture. The movement is completed like this. Dhim, tattaka, ta.
Akka, how did you find out that it has to be danced like this?
It's defined in the Natya Shastra and explained in Abhinava Gupta's commentary. A correlated study of this literature and relevant sculpture made the movement obvious. The Karana sculptures at Tiruvannamalai are a copy of the figures in the eastern Gopuram at Chidambaram. At Vriddhachalam, each of the four Gopurams contains 102 Karanas in 72 nishis.
Akka, we want to see the Karana figures designed by you for the Uttara Chidambaram Nataraja Mandir in Maharashtra.
No, my dear. Please don't call it my design. I'm just an insignificant instrument in the hands of that divinity in human form, Pujya Sri Paramacharya of Kanchi, with whose blessings and guidance this temple was built at Satara. These Karana sculptures are carved by the renowned sculptor Muttaya Sthapati, brother of the great Ganapati Sthapati. They have inherited an ancient family tradition.
Beautiful. What a living tradition.
I really wonder, are we in the 20th or the 12th century?
You are right. Our Bharat is the only country where centuries coexist. These are inscriptions in Sanskrita quoting the Natya Shastra shlokas for each of the Karana panels.
Every panel has 2 figures.
Each panel will represent the metaphysical reality of the synthesis of matter and energy. Using 2 figures for each Karana has given me more scope to bring out the animation of the movement. Devi's figures with 2 hands show the beginning. Shiva's secondary hands show the course of the movement, while the primary hands show the end. Take another example. The movement goes like this. Satara in Maharashtra is the meeting point of North and South. The region is known for the great spiritual leader Samartha Ramadas and the incomparable crusader for timeless values Chhatrapati Shivaji. This temple was recently built in record time by a band of devotees with contributory aid from the state governments of Andhra, Karnataka, Kerala, Maharashtra and Tamil Nadu, and with a central government grant for the Karana project. The new set of 108 Karanas will be fixed around the main shrine here. These are the diagrams prepared for this Karana series.
This is actually the contemporary history of the Karanas.
மறைந்து போன சாம்பிரதாயத்தை நீங்கள் தான் புனருத்தாரணம் பண்ணணும்.
நீங்கள் சொன்ன பிரகாரம் இந்த கரணங்களை எல்லாம் நான் கருங்கல்ல செஞ்சுருக்கோம். ஆனால் இதன் பிரகாரம் நீங்கள் ஆடி நாங்கள் பார்க்கணுமே.
Certainly, you will see all the 108 Karanas performed by me and my disciples. I have tuned the shlokas of Natya Shastra as a Lakshana Gita. You will also see where exactly these movements are frozen in the relevant temple sculptures. Tam tatakarina tadim tata tala pushpa putam purvam tam tatakarina tadim tata tala pushpa putam purvam batitam tam tatakarina batitam tam tatakarina balito
आधरे चितकम्बीव स्वस्तिकमेव च स्वस्तिकमेव च किटतगतां 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 उन्मत्तम् उन्मत्तम् तादिन्ता किटतगता दिन्ता उन्मत्तम् उन्मत्तम् तादिन्ता किटतगता दिन्ता तादिन्ता किटतगता दिन्ता स्वस्तिकं चैव स्वस्तिकं चैव स्वस्तिकं चैव स्वस्तिकं चैव पृष्ठ स्वस्तिकमेव च पृष्ठ स्वस्तिकमेव च तकदिनराकृतुं 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 स्वस्तिकं स्वस्तिकं किटतकतकदिनता किटतकतकदिनता किटतकतकदिन आराधं च आराधं च आराधं च आराधं च तथैव च कटिसमो तथैव च कटिसमो तथैव च कटिसमो तथैव च कटिसमो
जय जय भारत जय भारत 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 जय जय भारत जय भारत